Daniel Miller had lived in Ravenwood all his life. A town so small it wasn't on most maps, surrounded by endless pine forests that seemed to swallow the horizon. Outsiders rarely passed through, and those who did always looked uneasy, as if they sensed something was wrong. Life in Ravenwood was quiet, predictable. Daniel worked nights at the sawmill, drove his old pickup home along Route 9, and rarely thought of the world beyond the trees. Until the night the sky split open. It was just after midnight when Daniel's headlights cut tunnels through the forest road. The radio hissed with static. He tapped the wheel, eyelids heavy, when the world fell silent. Not just quiet, dead. No crickets. No owls. Not even wind in the branches. Then he saw it dot at first. He thought it was the moon breaking through clouds. But the light was too sharp, too white. It hovered just above the tree line, motionless. Then it split into 3 glowing orbs, each drifting in slow formation. Daniel slowed the truck. The orbs descended. The engine coughed once, then died. The light poured over him, pale and sterile. His heart hammered. He twisted the keys, but the engine was gone. Lifeless. Then came the hum, not sound, vibration. It sank into his bones, pressed against his skull, rattled his chest like another heartbeat, and then the voice. Not spoken, not heard, inside. We're searching. Do not resist. Daniel tried to move. His arms locked. His throat closed. The light grew blinding, and suddenly he wasn't in his truck anymore. He floated in a vast chamber of white light. Cold air pressed against his skin. Shadows glided around him, tall, thin beings with elongated limbs and skin stretched pale over bone. Their heads were smooth. Their eyes were enormous and black, reflecting Daniel's own terror. One leaned close. No mouth. No nose. Only those eyes. You are fragile. You are small. But you will serve. A beam of light swept across his chest. His skin split open, yet no blood spilled, only streams of white radiance. Symbols burned into his vision, etched into his mind. He screamed, but no sound escaped. Then everything went dark. When he woke, he was back in his truck. The forest still. The engine silent. The dashboard clock read 3:47 a.m., 3 hours gone. In the rearview mirror. His eyes glimmered faint silver. Sheriff Tom Whitaker had seen his share of strange things in Ravenwood brawls. Accidents, the occasional disappearance. But never like this. Old man Garrett vanished from his farm. Then 2 teenagers failed to come home from hiking. Then the school teacher's car was found abandoned on Main Street, and now Daniel Miller's truck was discovered on Route 9. Keys in the ignition. Door open. Driver gone. Whitaker rubbed his jaw as he studied the pickup. Deputy Mason swept the roadside with a flashlight. No tracks, Sheriff? Not a damn thing. Whitaker crouched by the gravel. That's when he saw it. A blackened circle burned into the earth. Too perfect for fire, too clean for an accident. He touched it, warm. That night, Whitaker sat on his porch with a bottle of whiskey. He was almost asleep when he saw it, a glow rising over the trees. Too bright for the moon, too slow for a plane. It hovered there, silent. Whitaker's bottle slipped from his hand. He felt it then, not heard, but felt. A vibration crawling through his bones. Something was watching. Claire Miller had always looked up to her brother Daniel. He wasn't perfect, but he was steady, dependable. So when he returned after 3 days missing, she wanted to believe everything was fine, but it listened. Single quotes to Daniel was pale. His eyes faintly silver, his veins glimmering beneath his skin. He claimed he'd gotten lost in the woods, but his smile was wrong. Hollow. At dinner, he didn't touch his food. Just stared out the window at the night sky. One evening, Claire woke to whispers. She followed the sound to the yard, where she found Daniel barefoot in the grass, head tilted to the stars. His lips moved, but the words weren't English. They weren't human, Danny. She whispered. He turned. His eyes glowed. They will take what is theirs. Do not resist. Claire stumbled back, her heart slamming against her ribs. That wasn't her brother anymore. Not fully. Emily Turner was 17 when the light took her. She remembered walking through the woods with her boyfriend. A glow lit the trees, and then she was alone, lifted into the air. When she woke, she was strapped to a slab of glass. Cold hands hovered above her. The beings did not speak. They didn't need to. Their black eyes filled her mind with voices not her own. Fragile, small, disposable. She tried to scream. A beam of light passed through her, peeling her apart from the inside. Flesh unraveled into particles. Her last thought was of her mother calling her name. Then Emily Turner was gone. Sheriff Whitaker confronted Daniel outside the Bell Tavern. You know something? Whitaker growled. I don't know what's happening, but you're tied to it? Daniel smiled. His skin was pale as paper, silver veins pulsing. You can't stop it, Sheriff, he said. His voice was strange, hollow, echoing. It's already here. That night, the sky above Ravenwood split open. Hundreds of lights hovered over the town, silent and deliberate. The ground vibrated with the hum. Dogs howled. Windows shattered. People poured into the streets, screaming, praying. Whitaker drew his gun, but the moment felt absurd. What good was a bullet against the sky itself? The orbs descended. Claire tried to flee. She piled into a car with 3 neighbors, speeding down Route 9, but the fog grew thicker, denser, until headlights revealed only more road looping back into Ravenwood. They were trapped. Screams echoed through the mist as people were lifted into the air, their bodies dissolving into light. Claire ran. The fog swallowed her. Through the haze, a hand reached out. Daniels, don't fight it, he whispered. His voice was many voices now, thousands. The fog swallowed her. Weeks later, travelers passing through found Ravenwood abandoned. Cars rusted in driveways. Meals rotted on tables. Radios still played static, but no people. At night, the road through Ravenwood glowed faint silver. And if you stopped, if you listened closely, you could hear a whisper. 1,000 voices layered as one. We are searching. We are searching. We are searching. Those who heard it never slept the same again. Some left Ravenwood behind. Others never left at all.